nations are not ruined by one act of violence. We should rather follow the wisdom of nature. I hold that completely erroneous views should be shunned. Mathematics is written for mathematicians. Finally, we shall place the sun himself at the center of the universe. We find then in this arrangement an admirable harmony of the world. The earth also is spherical, since it presses upon its center from every direction. Yet the widespread planetary theories seemed, likewise, to present no small difficulty. There is no one center of all the celestial circles or spheres. The massive bulk of the earth does indeed shrink to insignificance in comparison with the size of the heavens. Not a few other very eminent and scholarly men made the same request, urging that I should no longer, through fear, refuse to give out my work for the common benefit of students of mathematics. I have at length allowed my friends to publish the work, as they had long besought me to do. Although all the good arts serve to draw man's mind toward better things, this function can be more fully performed by this art. For I am not so enamored of my own opinions that I disregard what others may think of them. Every light has its shadow, and every shadow hath a succeeding morning. Of all things visible, the highest is the heaven of the fixed stars. Those things which I am saying now may be obscure, yet they will be made clearer in their proper place. Let no one expect anything certain from astronomy, which cannot furnish it, lest he accept as the truth ideas conceived for another purpose. If the worth of the arts were measured by the matter with which they deal, this art which some call astronomy, others astrology. Astronomy is written for astronomers. To them my work too will seem, unless I am mistaken, to make some contribution. More stars in the north are seen not to set, while in the south certain stars are no longer seen to rise. I shall now recall to mind that the motion of the heavenly bodies is circular, since the motion appropriate to a sphere is rotation in a circle. In first place, we must observe that the universe is spherical. The motion of the earth can unquestionably produce the impression that the entire universe is rotating. Since the sun remains stationary, whatever appears as a motion of the sun is really due, rather, to the motion of the earth. Trismegistus calls it a visible gods, Sophocles Electra, that which gazes upon all things. And so the sun governs the family of stars which wheel around. At rest, however, in the middle of everything is the sun. The strongest affection, I think, promote the studies concerned with the most beautiful objects, the universe's divine revolutions, the stars' motions, sizes, distances. Since nothing stands in the way of the movability of the earth, I believe we must now investigate whether it also has several motions, so that it can be considered one of the planets. If then the earth also performs other motions, they must necessarily be like those which are similarly apparent in many external bodies in which we find an annual orbit. Since different hypotheses are sometimes available to explain one and the same motion, an astronomer will prefer to seize on the one which is easiest to grasp. It is proper for an astronomer to establish a record of the motions of the heavens with diligent and skillful observations, and then to think out and construct laws for them. All the spheres revolve about the sun as their midpoint, and therefore the sun is the center of the universe. For it is the duty of an astronomer to compose the history of the celestial motions, through careful and expert study. In the midst of all dwells the sun, for who could set this luminary in another or better place in this most glorious temple, than whence he can at one and the same time brighten the whole? The first and highest of all is the sphere of the fixed stars, which comprehends itself and all things, and is accordingly immovable. If anyone believes that the earth rotates, surely he will hold that its motion is natural, not violent. Pouring forth its seas everywhere, then the ocean envelops the earth, and fills its deeper chasms. I knew that mathematicians by no means agree in their investigation thereof. We regard it as a certainty that the earth, enclosed between poles, is bounded by a spherical surface. In so many and such important ways, then, do the planets bear witness to the earth's mobility. The earth, together with its surrounding waters, must in fact have such a shape as its shadow reveals, for it eclipses the moon with the arc of a perfect circle. There may be babblers who dare to condemn my hypothesis. I value them not. Gravity is merely a certain natural inclination with which parts are imbued by the architect of all things. Nor is it necessary that these hypotheses should be true, nor indeed even probable. For every apparent change in respect of position is due to motion of the object observed, or of the observer, or indeed to an unequal change of both. The Earth, together with its circumjacent elements, performs a complete rotation on its fixed poles in a daily motion. The center of the Earth is not the center of the universe, but only of gravity and of the lunar sphere. The universe, wrought for us by a supremely good and orderly Creator. To know the mighty works of God, all this must be a pleasing and acceptable mode of worship to the Most High. Through steady observation, ranged by God's wisdom, who would not be guided to admire the Builder who creates all? I am aware that a philosopher's ideas are not subject to the judgment of ordinary persons,